somebody sent me a question when I was doing Ask a Therapist a few weeks ago, and I never got to edit that video because my computer has been tripping. So I decided to come on here to answer the question. So it'll be a quick video, maybe like 10 or 15 minutes. Probably not even that long, to be honest. But the question was, why do I attract unavailable men? And so, of course, I had lots of thoughts on that, and I had recorded a video, but I couldn't edit it. So now I am on here. So if y'all don't know me, I think most of y'all follow me, so you should. But my name is Eboni Harris, and I'm a relationship therapist. I'm also a podcaster. I have a podcast called Room for Relations, which is a sex and relationship podcast where we discuss everything from the first date to the last orgasm. I am also co-founder of Melanin and Mental Health, and I speak on all things love, sex, dating, and mental health. So that is who I am. I do appreciate y'all for joining me. So I'm just going to get right into my question that I was asked, and then I will be happy to respond to any other comments, feedback that y'all have about my answer to this question. So the question is, why do I attract unavailable men? This was from one of my female subscribers, followers. And so I decided to come on here and answer it. So the first thing I have to say, and I'm looking at my notes because I do have notes. The first thing I want to say about attracting unavailable men is that you have to think of it a little bit different. It's not that you attract unavailable men. You attract all men. You attract all types of men, available and unavailable. What really matters is who you choose to spend your time with. And so the real question is, why are you attracted to unavailable men? Because there are all types of men that want to date you, want to talk to you, want to get to know you. But if you choose to spend time with or entertain men who seem to be unavailable, there's probably a reason for that. A lot of times what is familiar is comfortable for us. Our brain, our bodies, everything likes familiar. And so because of that, you tend to date people that remind you of someone in your past, whether that's a parent, an ex, something like that. And so the biggest thing you have to work on is making unavailable men, I'm saying men because that's the question, but people, unavailable men or people unfamiliar. The way that you do that is by spending more time with people who are available. And I get that you can say like, well, I'm not attracted to them or they don't approach me, and I'm gonna get into those things as well a little bit later. But even if you're not sure if this is a person that you're going to be with forever, it's important to start having those experiences where you see how someone who is available treats you. So then that becomes more familiar. So as you date different types of people, you can quickly identify what's available and what's not available, and then move on to step 2, which is not talk to people that are unavailable. So it's very important to recognize those signs early and recognize when someone is showing you whether or not they're available. So based on their communication, based on how they try to spend time with you, based on what they do to engage with you, that will tell you whether or not they're available or unavailable. But like I said before, if you're only used to dating unavailable people, then you're not even going to be able to recognize those signs. So once you have kind of gotten into the habit of like, I'm willing to meet new people, I'm willing to try with people that maybe I wouldn't normally, if you're a person, and maybe you're not this type of person, but if you are a person that's like, oh, well, he's too available, he's too thirsty, he's too this, he's too that, you should probably try to at least date those people so you can see what does that feel like, what does that look like when someone is giving you all of their attention. So more positive experiences with available men will definitely kind of help you. And if you can recognize the signs, the early signs of like whether or not they're unavailable, that will help you as well. So try that out. And guess what? If you stop talking to someone who was unavailable, if or when, because a lot of times, depending on the reason why they're unavailable, if or when they're available and they want to talk to you, they will reach out. They will. So you don't necessarily have to be so available to them or be around them all the time or anything like that just because that's the time y'all are currently talking. Guess what? When they're ready, they will reach out to you. So that is step 2. So not really steps, it's just some tips. So number 1 is the question is, why do I attract unavailable men? The first thing is that you don't attract them. All men are attracted to you. You are attracted to unavailable men, so that's what you need to work out first. The second thing is you can recognize the early signs and choose to end that communication with them once you realize that they're unavailable. The third thing is sometimes we say that there are certain people that approach us. They're more confident. They are a little bit more, they seem to be more interested, or they're more willing to like, I guess, risk it and come and talk to you, right? And so because of that, we say like, well, those are the people that approach me, right? Unavailable men approach me. So if you listen to what I said earlier, which is all types of men are attracted to you, you are attracted to unavailable men, that means that there are men that may approach you or may not approach you that are attracted to you. They may not say anything to you. And that should not necessarily be the determining factor of whether or not they're available or not available, or whether or not you should talk to them or not. So one way to overcome that, because I know that a lot of women struggle with not wanting to approach men. Like, I'm not going to walk up to a man and talk to him or try to, get his information or anything like that. But I think you should just practice engaging in conversation with all types of men. Get to know different personalities, be flirtatious, all that type of stuff. And it doesn't mean that you have to try to get their information. It doesn't mean that you have to be the person that's like aggressive or anything like that. It just means you're practicing your skills to be able to talk to different people, men and women. But if we're talking about like wanting to date men, you have to practice really talking to people and really getting to know how to like start conversations without it having to lead anywhere. So it's basically saying that you don't have to necessarily approach, and I guess that depends on your definition of approach, but you should be able to have conversations with different people. And as you have more of those conversations, then you'll get the people that may be more available, but may not be the person that's going to walk across the room to talk to you, will possibly then ask you for a number, try to get to know you. So those are really just like the tips I have. And what I was going to say is that when it comes to like the confident men, right, the ones that are willing to, they are the ones that always approach and always are talking to women. They are probably also the ones that have less to lose, right? They're not as invested because they talk to all type of women. So that means that, yes, I can go and get 5 numbers tonight and be perfectly fine. And so if we don't talk, that's fine. So I think it's important to recognize that when some of those behaviors come out, like, well, those are the ones that approach me, you have to then find a way to not only allow yourself to be available to those type of men. So those are my tips. I hope this is helpful. Like I said, I had a post that I did a while ago where I just said, if you want to ask a therapist, send me a question. And so this is one of the questions I got, and I never got a chance to do my video. So that's why I'm on here. So the question was, why do I attract unavailable men? And I'm just going to quickly review what I said and then get off of here. So the first one is that you don't attract unavailable men. You attract all types of men. You are attracted to unavailable men. The second thing is that there is a level of familiarity that makes you attracted to them. Recognize the signs of what it means to date someone who's unavailable and end it then. They will come back if they become available. Also, just because someone isn't approaching you doesn't mean they're not interested. So you have to practice conversation and practice being able to talk to all types of people so that then if someone is available, and maybe they don't necessarily just ask for anybody's number that they think is attractive, once y'all have had a conversation, they're more likely to then engage and try to get to know you, get your contact information, and want to possibly date you further. So I hope that's helpful. If y'all have any feedback, feel free to leave it in the comments or send me a DM and I will reply to you. So again, my name is Eboni Harris and I am a relationship therapist, and I appreciate y'all for watching. Bye. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that. I do these twice a week on my Instagram Live. If you have a question for Ask a Therapist, just leave a comment below. Or you can follow me across my social media at Eboni Harris MA and send me a DM and I will make sure to answer your questions. Thanks. Bye.